Hey guys, so I want to do a quick little comparison here between the Xperia M5 and the Apple iPhone 6 from 2014 to see how they compare. Both of them coming in about the same kind of price, so should be interesting to see the performance here on both of these. Obviously the spec a little bit better on the M5, getting 3 GB of RAM with a octa-core processor, but the Apple A8 chip still very potent. However, I think the 1 GB of RAM may be its undoing compared to the Xperia. But you can see the boot up on iOS 9.0.2, very fast and fluid. And the boot up on the M5, I think the engineers probably forgot to finish it. It just kind of like cuts into the start screen there. But basically both of them up to date in terms of apps and the kind of software. Android 5.1.1 obviously. Hopefully we'll get Marshmallow on the Xperia quite quick. We can have a look as well, no recent apps. So let's just open up some apps here and see how they compare. Just going to start with WhatsApp. Viber. So 1 here. Clock. 2 to the iPhone. Dialer. About the same. Camera 3 to the iPhone. I'm keeping count. And we also have messaging. 3 the M5 was quicker there. YouTube. 4 to the iPhone. Wow. It's going ahead now. Tinderella. That was again the M5. I think 4.3. I'm gonna lose track in a moment. I think what do we have? We have Play Store. So that was about the same. Go away, annoying notification. Settings. Quicker here. So I think the iPhone's probably gone ahead here when it comes to the day-to-day kind of stuff. What about the Mortal Kombat? 10. So straight in there on the iPhone. Too little too late on the M5, unfortunately. And also, what else? GTA, obviously. Very important. So I ignore this part because they are quite similar. But we do want to know the start. Oh, iPhone's gonna get it. It's got it. So you can see the iPhone again for the GTA, which you know, I am a Sony fan, but I have to admit the iPhone 6 is still very potent here when it comes to the performance. And we can just now move on to basically some web browsing. Let's go to Sony Mobile. So the iPhone loads Sony's own website faster, which is interesting. Tech radar. Go. So maybe the M5 here. Got a bit of a render fail, I think, on the iPhone. Don't know what's going on there. Daily Mail. iPhone again. And you can see going to the bottom here some page reloading, not what we like to see. Both very smooth though. And Verge. Go. So the iPhone again here, you know, gotta call it. I think the iPhone is the quicker device when web browsing, which I was kind of expecting a little bit. Very fast optimization with the iOS platform. Nevertheless, we can have a look at the multitasking. I think this is where Sony could come back. So straight away here, will we get any reloads? Both of them look very similar when it comes to multitasking, which is good. But I do notice some major lag on the iPhone when doing the scrolling compared to the iPhone 6s. Definitely not as smooth at all. But you can see straight in there on the camera. Quicker here on the M5 for the messaging, which is nice. Oh, reload on both of them. So the reload was a bit quicker on the Xperia, but I wouldn't expect it, to be honest. Tinder. Didn't respond to my touch. Play Store. Reload. I saw it. So the M5 I think is in front here at last. So it looks like both of them reloaded here, but the iPhone went into it a little bit slower, I think. Whoa. Whoa. I'm still hearing the sound. Shouldn't be. Get rid of it. And let's try do the game. GTA. So reload here for the game. I think I'm swinging towards the M5 here. I'm probably going to give it the hat tip. The old hat tip when it comes to the multitasking, which, you know, is quite good. Not the best, but definitely less reloading on the 3 gig platform versus 1 gig of RAM. So, you know, Apple has fixed that though in the iPhone 6s and finally learned that you can only optimize to a certain point. But we can have a look nevertheless at the pictures here on both of them. So we're getting a 20 megapixel camera on the Xperia M5 versus the Apple 8 megapixel camera, and generally, you know, the Apple 8 megapixel camera, even though it's quite kind of 8 megapixel, what's that? It still does an amazing job day to day. I think I do prefer the widescreen shots though on the Xperia, if I'm to be honest. But you can see there's very little in the way of major differences here. Both of them doing very nice shots on most occasions, and I think that's what you need really. When you comparing these cameras here. So I think probably a little bit more realistic on some of the shots on the iPhone, like the flowers for example, a little bit overexposed, but you be the judge at the end of the day. That's the main thing. And obviously the Xperia does do the 4K as well, which is nice. You don't get that on the iPhone 6. You can have a look at the samples of the video here, which I did do. So, I think generally I prefer the video on the M5, but the actual kind of performance is quite mixed really. Probably the iPhone for the stills, if I'm going to be quite strict, but the video definitely goes towards the M5 here with its 4K ability, as well as that fantastic steady shot kind of feature, which is amazing, as well as the focusing, which I've found to be nearly as good as the Z5. So it does also have like an amazing amount of modes compared to the iPhone, which will entertain a lot of people. But yeah, so I just wanted to do this quick little video here. I think that they're both excellent phones, whichever one you get. They are coming with some kind of advantages and disadvantages though to be aware of, like the waterproofing. You don't get that on the iPhone, but you do get the fingerprint sensor obviously, which is very nice, as well as an arguably more durable build quality compared to the kind of glass kind of plastic construction of the M5. But I think that whichever one you go for you'll be quite happy with, but personally I'd probably prefer the M5 over the iPhone because of the micro SD as well, which is a very nice bonus to have. So yeah, just a quick little video here. Hope you found it helpful, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.